Can things possibly get any worse for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Just when you thought Tuesday night's humiliating 5-2 beatdown at the hands of the New Jersey Devils, and former coach Sheldon Keefe, no less, was rock bottom, the hockey gods decided to pile on with devastating injury news that could derail Toronto's entire season. The hit that changed everything. Picture this. It's the second period at Scotiabank Arena. The Maple Leafs are already getting thoroughly outplayed by their former bench boss. The crowd is restless, the energy is flat, and then, bang, at the 2-minute mark, Chris Tanev collides with Devils forward Dawson Mercer in what initially looked like just another routine hockey play. But this wasn't routine, not even close. Tanev crumpled to the ice, visibly struggling to get up. The veteran defenseman, known for his warrior mentality and pain tolerance, couldn't immediately rise to his feet. That's when everyone in the building knew something was seriously wrong. The training staff rushed onto the ice, and while Tanev eventually skated off under his own power, the grimace on his face told the real story. This wasn't a minor bump or bruise that he'd shake off between periods. The Maple Leafs medical team immediately went to work, but the initial reports weren't encouraging. According to Luke Fox, Tanev will miss some time. Those dreaded two words that every hockey fan hates hearing, because they can mean anything from a week to a month or longer. Here's where things go from bad to catastrophic. Renowned sports physician Dr. Harges grew waiting on the injury, and his assessment should send chills down every Leafs fan's spine. According to Dr. Gruhl, Tanev likely entered concussion protocol immediately following the collision. If confirmed as a concussion, we're looking at roughly 2 weeks before Tanev can even resume skating, and that's the optimistic timeline. Concussions are notoriously unpredictable, and rushing back too quickly could lead to prolonged symptoms or, worse, another concussion that could end a season or even a career. But wait, it gets worse. Dr. Gruhl didn't stop at the concussion possibility. He raised the specter of even more severe injuries, a separated shoulder or broken collarbone. Given that Luke Fox confirmed this as an upper body injury, the shoulder theory gained significant credibility. These types of injuries don't heal in days or even weeks. We're potentially talking months on the sideline. Think about what that means for a moment. The Maple Leafs acquired Tanev specifically to solidify their defensive core, to provide veteran leadership and shutdown capability. Now, just weeks into the season, they could be without him for an extended period during the crucial early months when teams establish their identity and positioning. A history written in bruises. Here's the uncomfortable truth that Maple Leafs management knew when they signed Tanev. His playing style comes with an expiration date stamped on every shift. Tanev doesn't just play defense. He sacrifices his body for it. He blocks shots like it's an Olympic sport. He throws himself in front of 100 miles per hour slap shots without hesitation. He battles in corners, absorbs punishment along the boards, and plays the kind of old-school, physical game that fans love, but bodies can't sustain indefinitely. The injury history speaks for itself. Last season, Tanev managed 75 games, a solid number. The year before, another 75 games split between Calgary and Dallas. Sound consistent, right? But dig deeper. In 2021-22, he was limited to just 65 games. 2 seasons before that, only 56 appearances. During his Vancouver days, the 2017-18 season saw him suit up for a mere 42 games. This isn't a player with a clean bill of health who suddenly got unlucky. This is a pattern, a predictable consequence of a playing style that prioritizes team success over personal preservation. The Maple Leafs knew this when they signed him. They gambled that they could manage his minutes, keep him fresh, and get a full season out of their prized defensive acquisition. That gamble just came up snake eyes. Want to know how important Tanev is to this Maple Leafs team? Just watch the second period of Tuesday's game after he left the ice. The defensive structure completely collapsed. Jake McCabe, who forms Toronto's shutdown pairing with Tanev, looked lost without his partner. He was burned repeatedly, caught out of position, and unable to provide the defensive stability that defines his game. The Devils exploited every gap, every miscommunication, every moment of hesitation. This wasn't just about missing one player. It was about the entire defensive system falling apart without its cornerstone. McCabe needs a defensively responsible, physically imposing partner to maximize its effectiveness. Without Tanev, he's exposed. The entire blue line becomes vulnerable. If this is what one period without Tanev looks like, imagine weeks or months of trying to compensate for his absence. The Maple Leafs will turn to Philippe Myers as the immediate replacement. He's been waiting as a seventh defenseman, and now his number gets called in the most pressure-packed situation imaginable. The likely scenario has Myers slotting in alongside Simon Benoit on the third pairing, with Oliver Ekman-Larsson potentially moving up to partner with McCabe. But here's the problem. Neither solution is ideal. Ekman-Larsson brings experience and puck-moving ability, but he's not the physical, shut-down presence that McCabe needs beside him. He's more offensive-minded, which could leave McCabe even more exposed offensively. The alternative? Pair Benoit with McCabe and hope that Benoit's physicality and defensive responsibility can approximate what Tanev brings. But Benoit doesn't have Tanev's hockey IQ, positioning, or experience. He's a capable NHL defenseman, but he's not a top-pairing shutdown guy. This is what depth testing looks like in real time. The Maple Leafs built their roster believing they had the pieces to weather injuries. Now we'll find out if that confidence was justified or misplaced. Let's not sugarcoat this. Losing Tanev for any significant period could fundamentally alter Toronto's season trajectory. They built their team around defensive stability, around having shutdown pairs that could neutralize opponents' top lines. Tanev was central to that plan. Without him, the Maple Leafs become more vulnerable defensively, which puts additional pressure on their goaltending and forces their forwards to play more conservatively. It's a domino effect that impacts every aspect of their game. The Atlantic Division is brutally competitive this season. Every point matters, and the Maple Leafs can't afford an extended slump while they figure out life without Tanev. The margin for error just became razor thin. The cruel irony, the cruelest part of Tuesday night, getting demolished by Sheldon Keefe, the coach they fired, while simultaneously losing their most important defensive acquisition. It's the kind of hockey karma that makes you wonder if the universe has it out for Toronto. The Maple Leafs need answers, and they need them fast. How long will Tanev be out? Can Myers step up? Can the defensive system adapt? These questions will define the next chapter of Toronto's season. What's your take on the Tanev injury? Can the Leafs survive without him, or is this season already in trouble? Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit that like button. Let's discuss how Toronto navigates this crisis.